Ooh. Oh no.
What's this purple thing? Huh?
That's a real mess down there.
I did such a, it's not creepy.
Hi everyone, my name is Kiat. I have a baby boy at home.
Hi, my name is Jamus. I am a father of a beautiful daughter.
My name is Eric Chua and I'm a father of one.
I'm Kumaran Pillai and I've got 2 kids.
What do you think of caning as a form of discipline?
Caning. Do parents still cane their children nowadays?
I grew up with many canes in my household and I was a precocious kid.
No, I've never touched a cane before. Even though my mom used to chase me around with a cane, I used to outrun her. So at some point in my life, I thought that it's best not to use the cane. But I tried to persuade them. My kids are pretty well behaved, so never thought of using it.
I was fairly naughty when I was in school, so not unfamiliar with the cane. For me and my wife, we talked about it. And we always felt that this is something that we don't want to do.
I mean, I'm only 1 year into parenthood, so I can't judge myself by my performance so far. So I think I'm somebody who subscribes to parenting with love, right? So I don't think I would wield the cane so much, but I'll try to reason.
We were just discussing this the other day and she has a sound when she is hungry. She makes this kind of cry that is distinct from her other kinds of protestations. So if you take a little bit of time to understand what she needs, then I feel that there's much less need to go to discipline with a cane.
Then how do you usually discipline your kid?
I leave it to the mommy, actually.
What would you do when he starts cursing?
I would laugh like I'm doing now because we all been through that, right? And then I will ask, where do you pick it up from?
Pretend that you didn't hear it.
I would try to understand why she felt the need to react in this fashion.
I would ask him to invite his classmates home, for play dates. Yeah, especially when they're younger. It's also good to know more about your child, his social circles, and to know who he's mixing with.
First and foremost, I think importantly is that the parents must role model the kind of behavior that we want to see in our kids. My wife is more conscious than me and she's always berates me, Must speak in proper English, full sentences, use proper words in front of Isaac, even though he's 10 months old.
So you personally don't curse at home?
Who hasn't cursed before in this room? Including you.
Do you think children should be expected to support parents financially when they grow older?
I don't expect Isaac to take care of me or my wife. We take care of ourselves, right? But importantly, I would say that he must take care of himself. He must be independent. He must be able to fend for himself. He must be able to provide for himself and his family.
My mom lives with us and I do support her. But she has this old school mindset, which is, I need to save up and leave as much for you as possible. And one of the things that I'm trying to get her to understand is that if she takes care of herself, that is the greatest gift that she can give to us as a parent. And likewise, I feel that I will always be there to take care of my child, no matter what age she gets to, and I will always be there for her. But her responsibility will be to the children that she raises.
Well, I have casually tell my kids that they are supposed to look after me, and then they kind of sheepishly say yes, they will. But I've spoken about this to my wife, and we want to be self-sufficient in our old age.
I think me and my wife, we are working towards being financially independent right through retirement. So I don't expect at least my boy to be able to provide for me. If he's expressing it as a function of his filial piety, well and good, right? But otherwise, I don't expect that as a form of sustenance.
Her name is Sarah. You feed it Play-Doh and then you will just put Play-Doh lah. We will need you to demo to us how to change her baby's diaper.
I don't think that diapers were ever this small.
When was the last time you changed a diaper?
Maybe 20 or 18 years ago.
Daddy, going to change your diapers. Can you please cooperate with me today? Firstly, before we change the diaper, a few things we always put in place. The new set of diaper you're going to change into, right? Always remember that. Wet wipes, right? We don't know what to do without them.
Actually, we're missing some props because the cream is not here. And also, when the baby is quite young, right, you're supposed to have a small pillow. So you put a small pillow here so they can comfort the baby, right? And also make sure, first of all, the aircon is off. It's way too cold for the baby.
And it's very useful at this point in time, give him or her a toy to distract him. First, remove the shirt or dress, pull it up.
Our little baby will be fighting at this stage, so she'll be fighting.
When you're taking it off, you just have to take off the two straps on the side.
Take a deep breath, because you're going to hold a breath at the side of what you're going to see.
Take this off. Oh,
Whoa.
Ooh!
What's this purple thing, huh?
Oh no, it's the pool! As everyone can see, it's number 2.
That's a real mess down there.
That's actually Play-Doh.
Wow, this kid is a wonder child. Got a purple excretion.
Kaka! Very good.
Take a wet wipe and you want to open it up, maximize the surface of the wet wipe.
So I'm supposed to use the antibacterial wipe, is it?
Is that how it's supposed to be done?
I suppose you can actually throw it in the wash basin.
So you can kind of lift her up this way. So usually I'll wipe till it's clear, get the space between the joint.
And there's supposed to be a certain direction. You're supposed to clean it backwards, especially for girls, I read.
It's important to also clean the front because most often the baby will have peed as well.
Oh, you don't have Desitin. So some point we'll have Desitin. Squeeze. We'll apply the Desitin.
All the time while you are doing this, don't just focus on the task. Please speak to your baby. Okay, I'm done with the bath. Now turning around. Okay, I'm wiping the front area. Soothing voices help engage the baby.
Kaka! Very good.
No, a real baby will be a bit harder because it will be moving.
Are kids harder when they're a baby or when they're older?
Actually a different kind of stress, I guess.
If she's not fidgeting, you're super lucky, right? Okay, did I get this right, huh? I think wrong, Jalan. sorry. Tonight I must punish myself, go and change some more diapers.
So one side, other side. Okay.
This is more complicated than I expected. Another version of the diaper you can use is the pants version where you just pull up instead of doing this one. When you tighten the diaper, make sure it's not too tight and not too loose.
And then we just put this back on. This is a Velcro thing. Usually we have buttons.
Clip-on is so much easier. Buttons will be like, oh, you can never get them through the hole. That's where you start cursing at buttons.
Oh, my own, I always do one more smell check. Smell check, okay, yes, pass. Big hug and say, very good boy today.
Then you get a pat. There you go.
Alright, and there we have it. Sarah. Smelling nice and feeling fresh.
Then you kiss the little... Then she'll struggle because she hates it when you kiss her. And then we're done. And I'll lift her up. And we'll put her on the ground and she runs off. And doesn't care about me anymore since I've done my duty.
What did you learn about fatherhood from your own father?
Many things actually. I have a lot of respect for my dad. But one, I think, important lesson I've learned from him, life lesson I learned from him, is that it is always to be a useful and constructive, productive member of society. And I hope that one day I can share the same lessons and role model that kind of behavior in Isaac.
My dad was an old school dad. So he felt that the role of the man was to provide. He felt that the role of the man was to do the man things in the house, you know, fixing the air conditioner. Till today, I take those tasks on. I feel that there's just kind of a naturalness about it just because that's what I grew up with. And I guess the ways that I would be different is my dad also felt a strong need. He associated masculinity with bottling up his feelings. And I don't agree with that. He was under a lot of stress near the end of his life, and that potentially contributed to his sudden passing. And so for me, I never want to be that. Not just because I don't want to have some kind of sudden cardiac arrest or something like that, but more importantly because I think that by doing so, I'm also shutting out the people who do care for me, who do want to be involved in helping me with my daily stresses.
In a way, my dad also doesn't really quite, interfere with the choices I make. So I think I would also leave it for the most part to my kid to figure things out and to make decisions on his own.
My father was a police officer, so he was a very strict man. Can't do this, just a set of instructions. But I got to know him as a man when I became an adult myself. We started talking about various things, about politics, about life, about the universe. And that's one thing that I learned, that if there's something that I can have with my kids is to have a relationship with them as adults, when they become adults, of course. And treat them as a friend. And that's why I don't use the cane on them, because we're friends after all.
How do you think fathers can be more involved in child rearing?
No, I guess it starts with making a decision to do so. So that's the first step, to say that I want to be an involved father. One of the regrets that I have is I used to be able to read to her at night before going to bed, but now because of various commitments, and we kind of broke that. I've had to rebuild that.
Change diaper for a start. And I think if both the parents, nowadays they just use, get a maid or a domestic helper to do it. If both parents can be involved in the upbringing right from the early days, right from the onset, I think that's where the bonding really takes place.
It's about always having an attitude that I can do better tomorrow. I can do better the day after. It's not just about playing a role, but always continually asking ourselves, what more can we do?
What the father can do is actually two parts. One is directly, support the child, and the other part is to support the mother. Yeah, and I think supporting the mother could be simple things like helping to make the milk. There's so many ways that we can come in to be a good parent together with your other half.
And knowing that your child will only be 1 or 2 or 3, 4, whatever it is, they'll only be that once in their life. And once that's gone, it's gone. So if you cherish every moment, then I think you will want to be involved in any way you can.